Come closer, let me tell you a secret whispered only in the shadows of Antananarivo. Did you know Queen Ranavalona I may have secured her throne with a single poisoned peach? The rightful heir, a young boy named Rakotobi, did not die in glorious battle or from a fated illness. He died from the sweet, deadly juice of a fruit offered by a seemingly loyal hand. That single act, shrouded in palace intrigue, was the chilling prelude to 33 years of blood and terror. I have roamed this world from the deepest jungles to the most wind-swept plains, but few stories haunt me like this. They call me the Ghost King, a wanderer who listens to echoes of forgotten lives. Walk with me into 19th century Madagascar, a kingdom sealed off by a queen's iron will. We are not here to list dates and names. We are here to feel the fear that gripped a nation, to hear the silenced cries, and to understand the woman who became a monster to the West, yet remained a complex, almost mythical figure to her own people. This is not just history. It is a ghost story. We are about to awaken the spirits. Our journey begins with her ascent in 1828. After the death of her husband, King Radama I, who had opened Madagascar to European influence, Ranavalona seized power with ruthless efficiency. She was not of royal blood, but she was cunning and ambitious, utterly convinced of her divine right and ancestral duty. The poisoned peach was only the beginning. She eliminated rivals to her throne, their families, and their supporters, creating a vacuum of terror she alone would fill. Her message was brutal, loyalty was absolute, dissent meant death. Imagine the royal court, air thick with the sweet scent of ilang-ilang, yet laced with suspicion. Every rustle of a silken lamba, every shared glance could signal conspiracy. Ranavalona, small but imposing, watched from her throne, eyes missing nothing. She believed ancestral spirits guided her, and that any deviation, especially adoption of foreign religions or foreign customs, was betrayal. That conviction justified horrific acts, turning a vibrant island into a fortress of paranoia. She maintained a massive standing army for internal control. Soldiers enforcing decrees, soldiers collecting taxes, soldiers supervising harsh public works. Her most infamous weapon was psychological. She cultivated an environment where anyone could be an informer, neighbor, friend, family member. The slightest hint of disloyalty, especially practicing the forbidden Christian faith, could bring the Queen's justice. Fear became the currency, everyone impoverished by it. Farmer, artisan days spent toiling for family and the state under threat of conscription. Forced labor gangs under guard, taught to revere the Queen as a living god, also taught to fear her justice that could strike without warning. Wilted crops seen as signs of the gods' displeasure. Speak ill of a decree and your life could be forfeit. This low-level dread was the backdrop to everyday life. She sought to preserve Malagasy traditions, beliefs in independence. Colonial powers circled like sharks, European warships. She forced her people to innovate, local workshops, guns, gunpowder goods. In this brutal crucible, a strange national identity was forged, shared suffering and fierce insular pride under the Queen's unforgiving eye. Of all the instruments of terror in Ranavalona's arsenal, none was more feared than the Tanjona ordeal. This was not merely a method of execution, it was a trial by poison. A divine judgment administered through the toxic nut of the Cerbera odolam tree. If you were accused of a crime, witchcraft, theft, practicing Christianity, you could be forced to undergo this horrific ritual. The accused was forced to swallow 3 pieces of chicken skin, followed by the ground tangina nut mixed with water. Then they had to drink immense quantities of water to induce vomiting. If all 3 pieces of skin were vomited up, the person was declared innocent, though they often suffered from the poison's effects for the rest of their lives. If they failed to vomit or died in the process, their guilt was proven. It is estimated that the Tangina ordeal may have killed as many as 100,000 people during her reign, perhaps 20 to 30% of the population in some parts of her kingdom. The climax of Ranavalona's brutal campaign against foreign influence came to a head in her persecution of Malagasy Christians. In the year 1835, she officially banned the practice of Christianity. Believers were forced underground, meeting in secret. The Great Persecution reached its zenith on March 28, 1849. On this day, a mass sentencing was held for thousands of accused Christians. The 14 condemned prisoners were led to the edge of the precipice. One by one, they were asked a final time to renounce their faith and honor the Queen's idols. According to survivor accounts, not a single one did. One by one, the ropes were cut, their bodies were dashed upon the rocks below. A short distance away, the 4 nobles met their end in the flames. It did not crush the Christian community, it galvanized it. Their courage became legend. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, Seeker, because this is where you uncover the forgotten truths of your African heritage, turning your doubts into belief with every eerie tale. And if you are the one Seeker still watching till the very end, watch more of my videos. I drop new stories every week, so don't miss the next forgotten truth.